Greetings, royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Tulsa. Welcome back to the Queen Tulsa Show. I will be your host, your captain, tonight, this morning. I'll have a co captain later on in the show, but you'll have to stick around and find out who that is. First and foremost, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I need you to press that subscribe button down below. If you're already subscribed to the show, set your notifications to all so that you don't miss any of the hot topics and fire content. And go on and press that like button while you're at it. Queens and kings, on the agenda tonight, this morning, we have ARMONWIGGINS, we have TSMADISON, we have Lil Kim, we have Laverne Cox. Whoops, there you have it. We have the crew. Well, let's get into it. What's a girl to do? She needs love. Girls need love. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say how. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say no. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say how. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say no. Oh no, give it to me like you need it, baby. Want you to hear me screaming, have it breathing. I don't need a reason, baby. I want it till you can't buy. I can get it to you right, baby. I wanna be healing. I can be real good. We don't get these feelings. Hey, I need some love. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming back. So let's talk about it. Modern day women going for the trans look, the aesthetic. Armon is very much so jealous, and his teeth is about to fall out his mouth. I think I'll take that part out of the title here. Armon against the girls, because he still wanted to make it his point to say if he wanted to be a woman, he was going to be a woman, and he was going to switch his little ass down the aisle or in your face, and you are going to have to deal with it. But there were so many points that were brought up. I, in fact, did try to go up on the live, but I was rejected. I was rejected and I was blocked. Okay. So I was rejected, I was blocked. And just so we all have a clear understanding of what's going on, let's take a look.
We are not. That's the whole reason. We talk about women. Why you're talking because you want to be competitive. I don't want to be competitive with you. I want you to realize who you are. I want to realize. No. Miss Steen, we can go toe to toe. We can go toe to toe if you want to talk. No, we're not going. No, I'm talking about. Hey, baby. We are not. That's the whole reason.
So yes, that's why I was not on ARMONWIGGINS' panel earlier, because he had blocked me from coming up on his live stream. But that doesn't stop us, because we are still going to sound off on the rhetoric that was going on the channel. And so if you guys give me a second, let me go ahead and bring the content up.
It's like hip hop. Hip hop is a combination of gospel music, country, rock, soul, poetry. It's a combination of them all. And they took it, they ran with it, and create new things and revamp it. They use samples continuously. Someone is sampling someone's old song. As long as they give the original the credit and they revamp it, there is no issue unless you until you give them the credit. Now, I've always heard trans women say, we give credit to natural women. We're trying to look like natural women. As long as you're getting the credit, why does it bother you? For the trans aesthetic looks that way to me because they're building a body on top of masculine features. Because they
Yes.
were born male. So it's going to be exaggerated because you're building on top of something that was already there that wasn't meant to be those feminine features. Five, you get mad about the fish stuff because most heterosexual men use that in a derogatory way towards women. And women, the only way a woman uses the word fish is in a derogatory way. Now, gays call their friends fish as a term of endearment.
Why though?
Let me finish. It's been in the gay.
Something that I noticed just from observation, I noticed that like some of the individual, like really, okay, here we are. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me. It's been like some weird stuff going on, guys. I'm not going to go into that. I'll stick on the topic, but guys, there's a spiritual warfare going on, and I just want you guys to know that I'm good over here, but just know that if my times and things start conflicting with your schedule, I won't put a live. I won't set a live. I'll just go live. So instead of me setting lives, I'm just gonna go live. I'm not gonna set anything because the way that my life is set up for greatness right now, I I'm making strides. We'll just keep it that far because it's all positive energy. But I brought this up because I wanted to go over to Armand's channel today and speak and give my opinion on, trans women and cisgender biological women. There is a divide. And I really feel like males have an effect on that, you know, because it goes from what really matters, and that's that we're human beings first, and that we are going to occupy spaces regardless. Some women feel that trans women are trying to take their spot or move them out the way or take their rights. I want to say this: trans women will protect the cisgender woman before the black man. When we talk about the violence against, you know, women in general, look at the DV numbers, right? But some women are so comfortable with still standing with those men that perpetuate this division that they put on everybody else. I don't think it's fair. One thing I can say is I have no hate in my heart for nobody. Not women, not nobody. I can disagree. I can have my own opinion, but I don't hate nobody. I'm not going to come out hateful. No. Why? Because I don't want my blood pressure going up. Health is wealth. And if something doesn't serve me, then I eliminate it. If something doesn't apply, I let it fly by. Let's get into it. You guys let me know if you want the music. Let me know if you guys want the music. Um, I did want my song on, but I don't think I can have her on. I think I only can play her like when I'm doing uploads. So give me 1 second. Let me give you guys some type of relaxation. If you're the overnight crew, you're working, shout out to you. And thank you for coming by, guys. Please make sure you like the video.
Community, LGBT community, for decades. As a term of endearment, it is rarely used in a negative way amongst each other. The same way, but they can do that. But when the straight people, when they're in their straight groups, they refer to trans and other LGBTQ people in negative ways, negative words. So because they have these negative words and they put that they're projecting onto the LGBT community as if it's in a negative way, but it's not. 6, when the girls see me, I'm always put together. My eyebrows are always done. They've been laid for the gods for a very long time.
Okay.
And people always comment on my eyebrows. I always give them tips on where I get my stuff from. But it's always the girls that says, "Oh my gosh, I love your eyebrows, but why they look better than mine?" They start touching their eyebrows. Why they look? I'm mad. They look better than mine. I'm jealous because of that. But then it's the other girls that just say, "Oh my gosh, I love your eyebrows," and leave it at that. Those girls who say, "I just love your eyebrows," and leave it at that, they're bad women. They're beautiful. The girls who backhand compliment me, they always are basic dressing, basic looking, basic hair.
Okay. Let's move on. Miss Simone. Let's
Oh
go
my
ahead.
gosh. Oh,
Well, see, it's the cutoffs for me. I think the young lady has some very good points. Distinguishing between it's some women that don't have a problem with trans women. They don't have a problem with complimenting the trans woman, but then you have some women out there that are jealous and insecure with themselves, and they push that off. They try to push it off on the trans woman. I've been there before. But see, with me, I just stay in my lane. Like, I guess I'm in a space now where I don't let little jabs like that bother me. I just take note of it and I just move different, you know? But there are some women out here that will be playing both sides of the fence. 1 second, they're acting like they're your friend. The next minute, they're in these little groups talking about you. The next minute, they're with people that's doing content that You know what I'm saying? Like they get they little licks in, like they play dirty. Hmm. Some of them. And if you guys really want to know how they roll, look at how they did me. You had the black woman get all her homegirls, all her gay homeboys, everybody got a piece of it. People show you who they are. Y'all just choose not to see it for yourselves. They display it every day, people. And then this is one that the heterosexual community, this is what they say. Um, yeah, y'all always trying to steal somebody's man or talking about you can take somebody's man. Well, didn't JT and Young Miami make a song about I'll take your man? Are you that insecure that your man can be taken? What difference is it than a trans woman saying I'll take your man than a heterosexual woman saying I'll take your man? If a man wants to be taken, he's gonna be taken. It doesn't matter who it is. But let's get into it.
Oh my gosh, hi, how are you doing, Armand? Like
Good. How are you?
I just want to say thank you so much for having me come up here. I'm talking to you on your platform. I'm
Yes.
baffled, shocked, excited. I love your music.
Oh,
Okay,
thank you. Okay.
okay,
Hey,
let's get
listen, you
into
don't
it.
have to agree with
Here we go. Let's stick to the topic at hand. Ma'am, now here you go. You have a fan. Oh, I love your music. You're a gay man, so there's no competition between you and I because you look like a man. But here we go.
me. But get it off. Say what you feel.
Whew, okay, so I really feel like the beauty industry has been improved by transgender women as well as the drag community. For example, RuPaul's Drag Race, they do amazing stuff with hair, nails. I mean, I don't see what's the problem, mind you. I just want to say that I was born a woman. I have transgender friends, and I don't see what's the problem with giving them their credit. Okay, they improved the beauty industry. They know how to do things better than us sometimes. Like, what's the problem? Like,
Well,
I don't understand why it's always them being attacked by women. I don't understand.
and then two, sorry to cut you off, but then I want to say, because I know people in my family, from my mom, my aunts, and things like that, going back to that beauty industry. I know my mom and them. They only some of the time they only wanted to go to the gay men at the beauty salon because they felt like the woman was in there cutting their hair, hating.
Exactly.
So you go to the gay man because he finna whip your hair up, baby. And then instead of this woman, because girl, she might be in a mood one day and all of a sudden cut your edges.
Exactly. There's a lot of women who are straight up haters. Okay, you go to a male who might be homosexual, transgender, drag. They know exactly what men are looking at. They have great attention to detail, very great sense of style. I mean, I don't understand. It bothered me just sitting in the comment section and just looking through the live feed. Um, Queen and the other young lady getting into it because this platform of beauty is big enough for everyone. I don't understand why it's always women versus trans versus drag, and people can say what they want to say in the comment section because it's not right. Like, stop making the transgender community, the drag community, stop making them feel like they don't matter. They do matter just as much as women. And
Well, so far so good. Okay. But let's get into it. My thing is somewhere in this video, they were making the comparisons of Summer Walker, saying that she went to go get a trans look. And when you talk about girls that have went, and got procedures, you think about TSMADISON, and she's been very open and honest about, when she went and, she was getting silicone. But then you have Lil Kim, okay? And everybody knows that she is no stranger to plastic surgery, right? Was it a look that she was going for? You got Laverne Cox. So the thing is, whether people want to accept it or not, trans women are going to still exist. Trans women are still going to be here. Just because you don't like it, is not going to change the fact. And some of these women, and they go along with the trans hate. They do. Let's go.
I feel as though if anyone has a problem with what I'm saying, they need to take it up with the straight men, because transgender women and drags, they be looking good sometimes. Well, a lot of the time, actually, not even sometimes, they've been looking pretty good. And we take tips and notes from them, but people want to sit up here and act like they don't. That's the only thing I have to say.
And I think that's the problem. And I think it's fair to say, and it's not, and my thing is this, it's not that women are learning wholeheartedly everything, their whole existence from women. But what I'm saying is, as a culture, us as people, gays, women, trans women, like we see things, we're like, oh, that's dope, I might want to try that. Oh, let me do that. Okay, I'm inspired. I take tips from everybody. Why is it so hard to say, you know what, bitch, no shade, girl, this my tranny girlfriend, she ate that, bitch, and I decided I kind of wanted to do that too.
And I have to get this one thing off of my chest. I really feel as though there's a lot of straight women that hate on transgenders. Because my ex-girlfriend, she would always say things about transgenders like, listen, girl, you're insecure with yourself. Don't be mad because the tranny look good. But you're really insecure. You're really mad that transgender looks great, better than you.
Okay.
Well, I just think, I don't, when women do that, I don't take it away, because that's just what some women do. They'll look at a woman and be like, oh, oh, she, and this, that, and the third. So I've heard it before. So like, that stuff really don't bother me, because it's like, now you're about to expose yourself. So I just let people expose themselves. If you let them talk long enough, they will tell you all of their insecurities, Well, then you ask them, well, why don't you like that person? They're going to be on mute. Let's get into it. And if you guys are wondering why I have that photo up, I had to humble him, because he tried to humble me by blocking me. So I feel like me and our mom will humble each other. Okay? So before he got those new teeth in his mouth, this is what it was given. Okay? So while he was trying, like I said, while he was trying to humble me, I had to go dig into my files, my old ex files, and humble ARMON, because those new set of teeth has really got him amped up and thinking that he's all that in a bag of chips. You hear me? Now let's get into it. You know what? Y'all hit the Cash App Please hit that Cash App. Please hit the like. My Cash App is $beautiful070707. If you guys are liking the content, let me know. I'm actually gonna drop that down. So give me 1 second. We are not gonna go on until the likes are up. We're gonna go on a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
I remember when I lost my mind. Yeah. I remember when I lost my mind. Yeah. I remember when I lost my mind. Yeah.
All right. So now can we continue? I remember when I lost my mind. Let's get into it.
Queen, to you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Herman. I love your
Hi.
channel. I watch your channel all the time. Hey, everybody up here on the panel. My
Hello.
point is, I'm a woman. I identify as a woman. Don't call me a cis woman. Don't call me a fish.
Okay.
The only thing I could say that, you know, the LGBT community, the trans have contributed to the culture is the lingo. Like the way how y'all speak, the way how y'all move really is really not. I don't feel, because George Washington used to wear wigs. He used to wear makeup. He used to wear wigs. That's some old ass shit. Nobody's not owning makeup or wigs or the beauty, period. Like I respect everybody for who they are. I don't care how you want to live your life. But if you want to tell me that I'm trying to copy a trans aesthetic, to me is, I agree with the bimbo look, like the fake lips, the fake tits, fake booty, all that. Yes, you're trying to enhance yourself, but there's no way a woman is trying to copy an aesthetic of a person who's trying to transition into a woman.
Armon,
Yes.
can I push back on that? This whole bimbo.
Okay, well, I gotta hop in here because when we talk about oh my gosh, I'm actually gonna just have to bring this article up. There was this transgender and she went by the name of Duchess. I don't know if you guys know her, but she was out here filling the girls up with fix a flag because you know they wanted that shape, the hips and all that. Okay, give it let's see. Actually, okay, here we go. So here we go. And this was in 2012, guys. And this is from Trans Griot, a proud, unapologetic Black trans woman speaking truth to power and discussing the world around her since 2006. Thursday, September 13th, 2012. Cis women unalived from silicone pumping, trans women pumpers facing unalivement charges for it. Silicone pumping is just not a trans feminine phenomenon anymore. Cis women are increasingly getting pumped, paying the money, and in some cases, traveling. Distances to do so at the hands of trans women, getting paid to do the pumping. And in some cases, those cis women are paying the ultimate price for that silicone injection that goes wrong at the hands of these unlicensed pumpers. While I'm not liking the total ineptitude of the Jackson Mississippi television stations to adhere to the AP Style book standards for reporting on trans people. Need to tell the stories and deal with the AP Style book violations later. 37-year-old Karima Gordon of Atlanta served in the military and wanted to become a model. She found 53-year-old Tracy Lynn Garner after meeting someone on the internet known as Pebbles and paying $200 for the pumping referral to Garner. Gordon then drove to Mississippi in March with a friend to get pumped at Garner's house and became ill a few hours later. Gordon endured a painful trip back to Atlanta where she died unalived in a hospital a few days after the pumping procedure to enhance her buttocks. The substance injected into Gordon was lab tested and according to authorities is alleged to be counterfeit version of silicone. Garner was arrested September 6, denied bail Tuesday, and is in jail. Guess which side? Facing a depraved heart unalivement charge. It's a legal term for an action that demonstrates a callous disregard for human life and results in unalivement and carries a life sentence. Mississippi Attorney General Jim Hood said investigators were also looking for Pebbles, the person who referred Gordon to Garner. Tracy Ann Garner isn't the only trans pumper facing serious charges. In the Philadelphia area, 42-year-old pumper Padge Victoria Winslow is facing third-degree unalivement charges in the 2011 Claudia Adarmini case. She was arrested in an unrelated case by Philadelphia police in March, just as she was about to host another pumping party. A 23-year-old exotic dancer paid Winslow $1,000 in February to pump her, became seriously ill, was hospitalized, and required intensive care. Winslow was being held on $750,000 bail in that February case on charges of aggravated assault and deceptive business practices before she was charged July 24th with third-degree unalivement and 20-year-old Claudia Adarmini's unalivement. In addition to conspiracy, reckless endangerment, possessing an instrument of crime, and unauthorized practice of medicine, aggravated assault, and deceptive business practices. Now, guys, I gotta pull up this photo. This is Miss Pebbles. Okay. I want you guys to see this photo right quick. So give me 1 second. Now this is little girl. How do I zoom in? I don't even know how to zoom in. But girl, get into that. A shape. Like, no ma'am. No ma'am. It's not even that serious. I mean, the thighs are uneven. It looks lopsided. I mean, I just can't. But I know some girls that have went to pumping parties. I do. Hey, Norris Tony, how are you? Yeah, I know a few girls that went to pumping parties. And that's to get the body. Morris was arrested and charged November 18, 2011 with practicing medicine without a license, with serious bodily injury. After a procedure she performed on trans women, Rajendra Raji Narayan's face went badly. Morris was arrested again a mere week later, along with 40-year-old co-defendant Corey Alexander Eubanks, after a second alleged pumping victim came forward, like Naramani's cosmetic enhancements from Morris that went wrong. The alleged victim told Miami police that Morris had injected her buttocks with a mixture of cement, fix a flat, and mineral oil. Morris and Eubanks were booked into Miami-Dade County Jail. In March 2012, O'Neal Morris turned herself once again to face more charges of practicing medicine without a license and practicing medicine without a license resulting in serious injury. After 3 new victims, 41-year-old Louise Linton, 36-year-old Afella Parker, and Tiffany Kennedy came forward to allege that in 2009, Morris, dressed as a nurse, gave them blood injections that left them disfigured. Morris denied it in an interview that appeared on Entertainment Tonight for some reason, but she can't cavalierly slough off the current manslaughter charges she's facing in the wake of the March unalivement of another one of her former pumping clients, 32-year-old Shatarka Newby. Newby admitted to being treated by Morris prior to her unalivement and paid hundreds of dollars to meet Duchess, have her inject her fix a flat infused pumping cocktail into her breasts, thighs, hips, and butt. Newby's unalivement was attributed to massive systemic silicone migration. The injection sites had turned black and the silicone in Newby's body hardened. One of the major reasons the pumpers keep doing it because they are making serious money off the cis and trans women who want to enhance their body looks by any means necessary. Those 3 pumpers I profiled may be in jail, but there are plenty of others willing to take their place. Mm. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Norris. Your uncle passed away yesterday morning. Sending condolences to you, your family, and, you know, ask the Lord for covering and protection over you all.
Stuff. Now, as an example, Wendy Williams. I've never heard a Black person call Wendy a bimbo or body. I've always heard people say Wendy Williams
Look like a tranny.
trans. I've never heard that.
This bimbo stuff is coming because they don't want to give transgender the credit.
He has a masculine look.
Can we just first of all, I was just can we just refrain from using the word tranny though?
Okay, yes. Okay.
And,
Okay.
and
yes.
I just wanted to push back.
We won't use tranny, we won't use fish out of our fairness.
Well, yeah, I mean, those are way 2 different things, but
I know,
yeah.
Armon took the opportunity to strike up another divide. So Armon felt like just because the trans woman checked him and he didn't like it, well, he says, well, let me pitch y'all against each other. We can't say tranny, y'all can't say fish. Well, nobody was referring to anybody as fish. But see, it's those slight, messy, shady comments, because that's the only thing somebody will hear
fair.
Fair is fair. Fair is fair.
That's fine. I just want to also push back because I keep hearing these women in the comment that some cisgender women in the comments keep saying, "Don't call me cis." Let's be clear: the term cisgender is the medical term that identifies what you are. Just like when you call someone a trans woman, the definition means someone who was born male and transitioned to a different and transition who I. Woman.
Yeah, hold on.
You don't need to say, someone who is biologically.
Hold on, Queen. But in all fairness, because then I have to give pushback too. Tranny is just short for transgender, but you take offense to that. But it's really not a bad word.
I wasn't talking about. The reason why we don't use the tranny thing is because it has been turned into a derogatory slur.
Yeah.
I was talking about cisgender, which
like
is
how
actual.
fish used to be a derogatory slur.
Yeah.
And now y'all changed the definition.
But y'all still use the word.
Fish was never a derogatory word in the community where it originated. So let's be clear. And then when I was saying about cis.
I agree. Fish was not used as a derogatory term in our community. And you know what? What this is what baffles me is the cisgender women want to take our lingo, our slang, and use it for their benefit, even have their men out here using our slang. Like, girl, y'all been borrowing and pinching from us from years. Y'all never wanted to give us that credit. Y'all never wanted. Y'all can steal our lingo and try to still seclude us out of the spaces that y'all occupy. And you have gaslighters like ARMON that knows the key words to light it up. More division. He's not for the people. And that's why I had to humble him with his old picture. So we're going to call him Gum Wiggins, okay? Gum Wiggins. They got them new set of teeth and really think that he's really chewing it, okay? You're chewing a little too hard, love. You need to humble yourself. Okay? Be humble and sit down. Okay? Uh-huh. Let's not forget where you come from, love. Okay? Humble yourself. Right? Referee. You always wanted to be a referee.
Right. Hey folks, hey people. How is everyone? Okay, so I came here today to talk a little bit about the nuances of homophobia within the music and hip hop community. And once again, Lil Nas X is at the forefront of this conversation. I'm gonna give y'all some time to pop in here before I get into the things so that we can discuss. with nuance, okay? I'm gonna give y'all a second to roll on in here. I'm gonna give y'all a second. I'm gonna let y'all roll in. Because I got some stuff on this one, okay? Hey, y'all. What's going on? Come on in. Come on into the room. Because today we got to talk about it. All right. Hey, everybody. It is I, Hope Giselle. And today I am coming just to give y'all my side of all of this foolishness and all of the stuff that I have been feeling and all of the stuff that I have felt about this Fox Soul stuff. I'm going to give all of you people that have made fake pages and want to come and all of that stuff. Am I still muted? Like, is it still not giving y'all sound? No, can y'all hear me? Oh, okay. But yeah, so I want to give those people time to get their friends together, because this is the tea that y'all have been waiting for, right? This is the video that y'all have been waiting for. This is the video that all of y'all have been waiting for. So if you've been waiting to see what I have to say and what I want to say and the things that I feel, then this is the time. Go rally up the troops real quick. I know it's late. I know that it's late. But go rally up the troops so that y'all can be a part of it, so that y'all can get y'all screenshots and y'all, I want y'all to be able to get all of that stuff where it's supposed to be. Because after I'm done with this, the way that I tried to be done with this the first time and tried to be an adult in the situation the first time, that doesn't seem to work. And so we're going to clear all of that stuff up, Blairisms. We're going to clear all of this stuff up. But I want to make sure that all the people on the fake pages have a chance to go rally their troops. I need y'all to make sure that y'all go grab y'all people so that you can get your screen records on 12. I need y'all to do that. Do that for me. Go grab your troops, rally them up, let them know that the big man lady is about to say something about your savior. I need y'all to go rally the troops up and let all of the people know that the big boy girl is about to finally say something about the Messiah King, about Fox Soul, about Cynthia G, and all of the people. So go grab them. Go do that. I need y'all to be here in the space. Y'all see how they leave and they're coming back? Because they're here, and I want them to be here. About 3 weeks, maybe a month ago at this point, I was on Fox Soul. And I was on Fox Soul to discuss the topic of whether or not there was a war on Black men. Okay? I was on Fox Soul once again to discuss whether or not there was a war on Black men. When the topic is asked, I was on Fox Soul to discuss whether or not there was a war on Black men. And even though I didn't intend on pulling this up, I think I need to pull it up because y'all know how people like to make emotional responses, and folks never have, their things together. And people are always speaking from emotion, especially people in that community. That community is always very emotional. They never come with facts. That community is just disgusting. And so I want to pull up the part in the clip so that y'all can hear what the prompt was for that episode. So give me a second, because I ain't have that queued up. I got some other things queued up, but I want y'all to hear it out of the host's mouth so that it doesn't seem like the man, boy, girl thing, it is lying about what I'm about to say. Okay. So let me pull it up real quick. I have to scroll because it's been a minute, even though the videos are still being made. It's been a minute. So let me scroll and find the video. All right. Let me scroll and find the video. Let me scroll and see. Found the video. So
welcome to Business of Being Black with Tammy Mack. I am Tammy Mack. Now, during American slavery, many slave owners were terrified of their slaves' insurrection, and retaliation by the enslaved was perceived as a constant threat. That threat, in their minds, was spearheaded by Black men, whom they did their best to humiliate and emasculate as much as they could. When did that physical and psychological warfare against Black men end? Or is there a war on Black men to this day? The Business of Being Black today is the war on Black men, or not. Please welcome author and activist.
All right. So boom. That was the question. In that question or that setup, did it specifically lay out whether or not this was a conversation between cisgender men and women, heterosexual people only, or anything to do with queer people at all in that topic? Because what I heard Tammy say was, is there a war on Black men? And on the Business of Being Black, what I like to believe is that if you are a Black person, last time I checked, just wanted to look down and make sure, okay? Had to look down, but wait, these are surgically altered, so maybe I shouldn't look at them because I can't trust these. So let me look at my big man hands, because these cannot be altered. You can't check. Ain't no surgery for these yet. Ain't no surgery for these. So let me look at my big man hands, okay? And the skin on the front side still say Black, right? Right? And so in a conversation that does not directly say, this conversation is for cisgender, wait, hold on, because y'all know they don't like that word. This conversation is for biological, natural-born people of the Black diaspora. Why was my transness an issue? Why was my transness, and what validity would my transness have mattered in this situation? Okay. All right. So here we go. There was a clip that I'm not going to show because it's been viral. It's been doing its numbers. They've been using it ad nauseum to try to make a point about the idea that this was all rigged and set up from the beginning. But in the event that you don't know how this works, Fox Soul does not tell you who is going to be on the panel with you. Fox Soul either sends you an email, someone sends you a DM, something happens and they say, hey, Hope, the topic of this is going to be blah. Do you want to be a part of this conversation? Yes or no? Okay? Yes or no? When you get your topic and you agree, they then ask you, what is your stance on this topic? Are you for or against? Once they have that information, you don't hear from the producers again until the day that it's time to film. Now, I would be completely 110% dishonest if I say that I did not know that this was a topic that might be up the alley of the Hoteps. Because every topic is up the alley of the Hoteps. However, the Fox Soul team and the producers of the show never confirmed with me that Dr. Umar, Cynthia G, or Dewan was going to be on this panel. So it would be impossible for me to strategically target any of the 3 people that I just named, considering that if you've ever been invited to be a part of this type of panel on Fox Soul, you know that as I know, that it's impossible to set up a stunt when you don't know who you're setting the stunt up for. Okay? There's a clip where I'm popping my shit. Okay? There's a clip where I'm popping my shit after Dr. Umar has called me a surgically altered male. After he has broed me into oblivion. After he has already made it very clear that he has all of the intentions to be disrespectful while saying no disrespect. Okay? And so, with that being said, I made the video, and as I'm popping my shit about the reasoning for why, people are getting things twisted because while I was popping my shit, I was still giving very valid points. So for those of you all who saw that 7-minute clip, because I know y'all are watching and pretending not to, because I know who my people are, and I know how my people show up and pull through, and some of y'all folks are new, and some of your faces are new, and I'm watching the names, and some of y'all I don't know. Stay tuned for this part of the 7-minute clip that they did not show you in order to make their point. So, since y'all don't want to watch the video because you don't want to be educated on how you were wrong, let me show you what I said directly before that clip, and then let me show you what I said directly after that clip. So before that clip, this is what I said. Hold on. Black babies? Hold on, wait a minute. Like, you're a black. Let me run it back. And then number 2, you out here really like telling people to abort black babies? Like, you're a black cisgender woman and everybody loves to praise black cisgender women because y'all can give birth to babies. And here's a black cisgender woman that is telling you that she is also telling black women, okay? She is also telling black women to abort the babies of black men. And you have more of a fundamental issue with me. I'm the problem, right? And I'm the thing that you needed to prepare yourself for in order to have this conversation with, but not the black woman who's literally telling other black women who are capable of giving birth that if you have one with a black man, that it should be aborted. Now, mind you, I could care less what she was going to, I could care less how she feels about it. If that's her rhetoric, then by all means, girl, do you. I just don't support it. But the thing that bothers me with men like Dr. Umar and men that are going to agree with Dr. Umar is the fact that you felt like me being trans was more of an issue for you to address than that. Which is something that I think is a fundamental issue within our community, is the fact that we are so willing and ready to walk away from each other than to figure this shit. Now, if you know about the other clip, then you know that the other clip starts there, right? If you know about the other clip, then you know that the other clip starts where that video ends, correct? Right. Okay. Then, beyond that clip, after they played that disgusting clip to try to play it out of context, okay, hold on, wait, here we go. Let me pause this. Because after that clip, they have this disgusting clip out there that they're taking out of context to try to make it seem like I was doing all this, that, and the third, blase, blase, blah, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. But what they did not show you was that clip. Right? And what they won't show you is this clip. Now, directly after that clip, where they tried to take it out of context and make it seem like I was saying something else that we've already refuted that I could have been able to do, because when you don't know who's going to be on the panel, how can you set up or trick someone when you don't know that they are going to be there? Okay? This is what they don't show you that I said after all of that stuff had taken place. And wanted to know who the fuck I was, did their research and told Umar.
I wasn't clocked. Let's be very clear about this. Not that it even matters. Let me take that off the table. Not that it even fucking matters. Not that it even fucking matters. But in this instance, what I'm saying is that it's a problem because the same men that sit back and say shit like, oh, if you can't tell, if you da-da-da-da-da-da, I know a black woman when I see a black woman, none of these niggas could ever, you know, trick me. I would never be gotten because these men, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and I bet without that wig and that makeup and da-da-da-da-da, all of this other stuff, all of the things that you could say, you can't say. You can't say. I'm not wearing wigs. I don't have on a face full of makeup. I'm not distracting you with my titties. I'm not distracting you with my cleavage. All that was on that screen was my big ass shoulders, my big ass head, and my big ass face. And you're trying to figure out, how did this person deceive me? I didn't deceive you. I came and showed up as myself and you received it. I came and I showed up as myself and you received it as it was. A beautiful black woman sitting before you, because that's what it was. How I got to that point doesn't matter. But you know, the other thing that's interesting is that in those comments, a lot of people are saying things like, oh, you know, this is why we can't trust them. Why wouldn't you disclose that? What was the point? But I know what the point was. But what we fail to realize is that if we want to have conversation that moves us forward, all that would have happened if they would have known is that it's likely that both of the men on that panel would have made the entire conversation about me being trans and not about the fact that black men are not being attacked in the way that they're trying to make it seem like they're being attacked. That's number one. Goalposts moved. And then number two, I don't know Sin Santana. I'm not sure, or I can't say Sin Santana because I don't know if that's her. But I don't know Cynthia G, right? I don't know Cynthia G at all. So I don't know if she would have been a black cisgender woman that would have been like, so fuck that, she's a woman. Or if she would have joined in. So what you were hoping was that you would get another ally on the team, move the goalpost, and then we could stop talking about the shortcomings of black men by making way to make it seem like everybody is out to get them, and we can all gang up on this trans person who's delusional, and this is the real reason why there's an attack on black men, because look at what they're doing to black men. Y'all think I'm stupid? Okay. So now that y'all have seen what I said both before and after that clip that they're trying to use to discredit me, you understand the context behind that clip. And the context behind that clip is that y'all took a moment where I was popping my shit to talk about the reasoning for why he would be upset with that and tried to make it seem as though I could have possibly planned to set him up, trick him, or make him feel some type of way. But first and foremost, let me say this to y'all. In a world where everybody knows, according to y'all, in a world where everybody can clock it because trans women are so ugly, in a world where everybody can clock it because all of the girls look like boys, in a world where it's no way that you could trick me, make me believe nothing, why do trans people have to disclose if you could see it? If it's so easy to tell the difference in one breath, then why do trans people need to disclose in another breath? Because if I could tell a man from 50 miles away, then why does he have to say it? If you can smell natural born vagina from across 3 states, then why do I need to say something? So since everybody and their mama can clock a trans person from a mile away, then why do trans people need to disclose? Why do y'all need trans panic defense laws in 42 states to protect you from being tricked if you can see it through a shoebox? So if you can see it through a shoebox
If I'm all of the things that y'all have been calling me these last couple of weeks, if I'm a man, if my jaw is so strong, if my hands are so big, if all of this and that, if all of those things are true, then why do I need to disclose? Make it make sense. Because if I can tell the difference between an Oreo cookie and a Chips Ahoy, I don't need you to tell me which one is which, because a Chips Ahoy can't fool me on NAM day, week, holiday, or any part of the year, because I know the difference between an Oreo and a Chips Ahoy. Since y'all like to use inanimate objects to describe trans people, I'm going to meet y'all where y'all are, right? Since we love to use animals and things that are not human beings to describe trans people, I'm going to meet y'all where y'all are. So if I know that Oreos are my favorite cookie, and I can tell an Oreo whether it's been dipped in milk, fried, or burnt to a crisp, I know an Oreo. I don't need nobody to tell me what this is when I put it in my mouth, and you ain't got to disclose, because I know my Oreos. God damn it, I'm an Oreo connoisseur. Who you think this is? Who you think you messing with? A regular Oreo eater? I'm not a regular Oreo eater. I am an Oreo connoisseur, I beg you. What are you talking about? So since y'all know what women are and how women show up, and whether a woman is a woman is a woman is a woman, whether she was born a woman or not, then why do trans women have to disclose? That's my first question. Answer that. Answer that. Since we all have the affinity to decide what women are. Okay? That's my first question. My second question is, in a space where the question was for Black people, how is my opinion as a Black person not valid in this space?
I remember when I lost my mind. Yeah. I remember when I lost my mind. Yeah. I remember when I lost my mind. Yeah.
Huh? I'm waiting on it. Because once again, I keep looking down at these. These are surgically altered. Let me look at something that's not surgically altered. For those of y'all that's missing it, I'm looking at my face because it hasn't been surgically altered. Even though a lot of you all would like to believe that it has been, these are just good genetics and weight loss. So to the thing that has not been surgically altered, I think I still look Black. Last time I had checked, I feel like I was still a part of the Black and African diaspora. Last time I checked. But in a conversation that we were having, okay, about Black people and your thoughts on Black men as a Black person, not as Black men and women, not the dichotomy between Black men and women. I can't help the fact that that's where y'all took the conversation, but that wasn't the conversation that was supposed to happen. In a space where y'all are making videos talking about how I was taking up so much space from Black women, how is that the vibe when, one, I am a Black woman of trans experience. Number two, I only spoke when I was spoken to. Go back and watch the video because the receipts are there for a reason, because Foxhole wants to continue to make the most money that it's ever made off of that show in record. That's the most comments, the most views, the most whatever that y'all have ever gotten on a motherfucking video, period. And Foxhole left it up because they wanted to continue to make money off of that video. Because as far as that franchise in particular at Foxhole is concerned, they haven't seen that many views off of that video or that particular television program since it started. And so, of course, they're not going to protect the Black trans woman that's been being berated all over the internet about this video because they need to continue to collect the views and the ratings and all of that. That's what they need. And so Fox Soul, just know I'm coming for you in a few. Sit tight, because I know y'all watching too. But go check the video. Go check the video. I only spoke when I was spoken to. Even when I had things that I want to interject on. I only spoke when my name was called. So how was I taking up space from Black women being able to speak their piece, if we want to go with that narrative, when I only spoke when I was spoken to? But I digress. No problem. Now we move into the space of the reason for disclosure. Well, we needed you to disclose for two reasons. We needed you to disclose because Dr. Umar would not have addressed you as such if he knew. That is not my problem. You know when I believe that it's important to disclose to somebody? When you are about to engage upon something with them that you cannot take back, that might affect them in a negative way. Because regardless of whether or not you think that it's silly and stupid, you cannot tell someone else to feel about the consequences socially and or otherwise that they will have to face by having a relationship with you. And I respect that. And so, if I had the intention to bust it wide open on Dr. Umar, I would have disclosed to him that yes, I am indeed a woman of trans experience. If I had the intention to bust it wide open all over Dewan's face, then yes, I would have told him that I am a transgender woman. But considering that I had no intention, no want, no need, no desire, no feeling, no guilt, no pain, no nothing to disclose my sexual parts to either one of them for the sake of having sex with and or tricking them into the idea that I might be able to give them or bear them a child, what does me being transgender have to do with the conversation at hand, which I once again will remind you was, is there a war on Black men? Big dot, as my mother would say. Period, big dot, as my mother would say. And on top of that, I am happily, ridiculously happy as fuck in a whole relationship. I can get penis more than I would care to get penis from my partner. So I don't need to be on Fox Soul batting my eyelashes at two overweight men who could be my father and grandfather, with the hopes that one of them might have sex with me on a dirty couch somewhere in Philly at 3 a.m. in the morning without no one noticing, so that I can feel great about myself and my decision and choice to bat my eyelashes at people who have openly disclosed that they wish that I was not here, a part of this community, and that I am a treacherous snake who comes in to kill, steal, and destroy the Black population as a whole. I think if I was going to not disclose for the sake of getting laid, I would pick better candidates than Dr. Umar and Dewan. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Have you seen my man? I'm good. I'm really good. I'm good like great. And without disclosing too much information, I am good. Real good. Good. Real good like great. Okay? Just so you know. Beyond that, there are a group of women, not all, some of them, not all, some of them, not all, some of them, because you know you have to repeat things so that people can't re-edit your sound bites. Not all, some women, not all women, some women. There is a group of some women. There is a group of some Black women. There is a group of women. There is a some women of a group, some women of a group of women, some of them, not all of them, some of them women, some women, a group of women, some of them, but not all of them, some of them feel as if I didn't have the right to speak on that panel because I was speaking for all Black women. Once again, because you can pull it up, where's the video where I specifically say, hey, Tammy, Cynthia, you shut your biological pie holes. I got this one. I am going to speak for all Black women right now and let these two know what all Black women think. I want y'all to find that clip. That's the clip that I want y'all to find. That is the clip that I need for you all to discover and present the evidence to the class. Because at no point did Hope Giselle get up on that panel and say, as a representative for all women, I would like to interject and let y'all know how all Black women feel. I never said that. I never even motioned in the way of that. Once again, I only spoke what I was spoken to. Now, for all of them that are going to say, but you're not one of us. You're not a we. You're not a us. Okay, no problem. So since Cynthia G is a we, since Cynthia G is one of us, I guess all of y'all are okay with the idea of aborting babies from Black men. Y'all are okay with selective breeding because Cynthia G was born a Black woman. Born. Ovaries, womb, tomb, blood, all of that. She got all of the, she has all, presumably, because we don't know her business, but presumably, Cynthia G got all the pieces to make the Lego house go round. Cynthia G got all the ingredients to the easy bake oven. And so, since the argument is Hope should not be speaking on behalf of all women because Hope is not a woman, she's not born a woman, she doesn't get to talk about that, then a person who presumably does get to speak for all women, which would mean that all of you that are disagreeing with me agree with her. So, good luck with the idea of growing a community when you're all okay with the idea of aborting every child that you've ever conceived with a Black man. Y'all see how that dumbass logic don't work? You see how y'all understand people speaking for themselves and not the majority of the group when it don't make sense to y'all? But do y'all see how transphobia is a little different than disagreeing? Because you could disagree with what I said without having to be a jerk about who I am. Let me run that back for y'all. You can disagree with what I said without having to be a jerk about who I am. One more time. You can disagree with what I said without having to be a jerk about who I am.
You can disagree with what I said without having to be a jerk about who I am.
But the problem is, y'all don't disagree with what I said. The problem is, you can't poke a hole in the things that I was saying. The problem is, you still fuck with what I said on that panel. And that's what really burns your grits, because you want to be able to be a part of the brain train that says, do away with these it's, things, he, she's, them, days, those, boys, and men. But you can't help to realize that you heard yourself in my words. Which is why there are no videos talking about what Hope said was bullshit. But there's a bunch of videos just talking about the fact that I'm trans. Y'all peep that? Y'all peep that? Y'all peep how there are a bunch of videos out there talking about the fact that I am transgender, but no videos talking about the fact that line by line, point for point, nothing that I said made sense. I've even heard some of you say, I agree with what she said. I meant he, because you have to go out of your way to misgender me because you don't see a he, but that's a whole nother video, right? But I agree with what she said. I just don't think that she was the person who should have said it. So why? What about me made my argument less palatable than anybody else who would have said it? Oh, and this is about to hurt some of y'all feelings, and this is about to be the part that's gonna make y'all make video after video after video. Some of y'all, not all of y'all. Some of y'all, not all of y'all. Some of y'all, not all of y'all. Some of you, not all of you. Some women, some men, some men, some women, some women, some men, not all of y'all. Some people, some black people, not all black people, some black people, some men, some women, some black people, some cisgender people, not all of the cisgender people. Some of y'all are gonna be real mad about this part. Because there's a group of women who, even though you agree with everything that I said out of my mouth, my manly made mouth, my big man-lipped mouth, because you can tell the difference between the mouth of a man and the mouth of a woman. So I have a man's mouth because I have XY chromosomes, and I will forever have a man's mouth. And so out of my manly mouth, you agreed with everything that I said. Everything. Out of all of the things I said out of my manly mouth, you agreed with it. You sure enough did. And then the funny part about it is there are so many of those same women who are saying that the large part of the reason why they have an issue is because I'm a man coming over and taking over space and taking up space from women, and I don't have the right to make these points because I'm not a woman and I don't understand girlhood. We didn't talk about girlhood, but okay. We didn't talk about what it means to have a period, but okay. We didn't talk about your uterus, but okay. We didn't talk about any of those things. We talked about dealing with and interacting with black men. And unless you're a Mormon from the country of Moor who lives all the way in buttfuck Egypt in the capital principle of Moor Hills, you have run into a black person. And if you're a black person, it is likely that you've run into a black man every single day of your life. And so therefore, this conversation was for any black person that has had an introduction or had enough experience with black men to have a conversation about the war on black men. And to some of you all's defense, who better to talk about the deplorable state of black men than a black man who is a black it or thing or something now? Whatever that thing is. Who better to talk about the demise than that thing? Because that thing did not like it over here so much that that thing decided to go somewhere else, child. So it had to be bad because that thing right there, that thing hated black malehood so bad that thing left us. So let us listen to the reasons for why that thing didn't want to be one of us no more. But here's the gag though. Y'all are talking about me trying to control the narrative of women, me trying to tell women how to feel, me trying to tell women to be upset. But y'all know who got y'all panties in a bunch? All of the men who could not refute what I was saying, and so they got y'all riled up and told y'all to be mad, and now you mad. Think about it. Think about it. Did you have a problem until these men started getting on these podcasts and making these videos and telling y'all that y'all should be upset? And you know why they did that? Because they saw that you weren't. And they saw that regardless of how they felt about it, the battle was fought valiantly by both myself and Cynthia G. But I'm the man that controlled y'all thoughts. I'm the man that controlled y'all thoughts, but all of these men that made these videos and directly told y'all, as a woman, I would be mad. Waits on y'all to cap. Waits on y'all to cap. Didn't take long. Waits on y'all to cap. If I was a woman, I would be mad. Waits on y'all to fall for it. waits on y'all to fall for it. Because there are some of y'all that are looking for an alpha male king and some of these beta male warriors that hide behind their computer screens. He's only an alpha on the screen, sis. When ain't nobody looking, he watching Barney with the kids and playing Power Rangers. He's only an alpha male on the screen, sis. When ain't nobody looking, his favorite show is Love and Hip Hop and he loves Masika. He's only an alpha male when we're paying attention, sis. When ain't nobody looking, he paints his fingernails and pulls it off before his wife gets home. Stop buying into their fantasies. And I'm not telling you what to do. Believe what you want to believe, sis. If those are your kings, then by all means follow them. But understand and recognize that the only male in this situation that was trying to get you to believe something or make you feel like you had to feel a certain way was all of the men that made those videos and told y'all that if you weren't mad, that there was something wrong with you. But why? How are you as a man who identifies as a man gonna tell me I should be mad about what this person said about me? Especially if what she said was something that I could resonate with. If what this person said, whether or not I believe she's a woman or not, if I resonate with what this person said, who the fuck are you to tell me as a man who identifies as such that I should be mad? But y'all let them rile y'all up. Y'all let them twirl y'all up into a nice fork of spaghetti and swallow y'all whole. Y'all let them twirl y'all up on that fork real nice and tight and very neatly and plop one meatball at the very end of those forks and push y'all to the back of their throat. That's what y'all did. But I'm the man that was trying to control the narrative and tell y'all how to feel as women. I'm the man that was trying to control your narrative and tell you how to feel as a woman. But y'all allowed all of these men who made these videos to get y'all mad about absolutely nothing because they had no ground to stand on. Now, do I agree with everything that Cynthia G stands for? Absolutely not. Howsoever, as it pertains to everything that happened before the last 15 seconds of that panel, she was making points. And so was I. And you know who was having a hard time keeping up? The men. And so their only mode of concourse was to find something out about either one of us and try to discredit our arguments based off of that. And they just so happened to hit the jackpot with me because I am trans. And y'all fell for it because that's how some of y'all, not all of y'all, some of y'all, not all of y'all, some of y'all, not all of y'all, some women, not all women, some women, not all women, some women, some, not all, some, not all. Big man hands, some, not all of y'all. That's how some of you all get in. But who did I disrespect? So let's move into that space. Who did I disrespect? Because when I came on the panel, I addressed everyone by their name. I never spoke out of turn. I only requested respect back. And I did not raise my voice during the conversation at all. I simply stated to Dr. Umar that I was not going to engage with him the way that Cynthia was engaging with him. So if he could give me the floor back, that would be nice. But I never raised my voice at anybody, insulted anybody, threw a jab at anybody. But I'm about to now. And I'm not about to throw a jab at Umar or Cynthia. But you know who I'm about to throw a jab at? Dewan. And I want whoever is screen recording, I want you to stop. I'm going to give you some time to stop real quick. Because I want you to have this clip right here ready made. So get ready. Pause that clip that you're doing. I want you to pause real quick. Follow my instructions if you're trying to be a good snitch, right? If you're trying to be a good snitch and you're trying to get your YouTube views up, I'm telling you, this right here is going to be the clip that's going to make your page pop, okay? So pause this one so that you can have this a completely separate clip because you're going to want it.
I remember when I lost my mind. fun. I remember when I lost my mind. Yeah. Alright.
Need love, yeah. Girls need love, girls need love. Say something. Girls need love.